Welcome everyone. We're going to wait and have you all pile in to the room. Thank you for joining us. This is Villanova's first virtual involvement fair. History in the making. Thanks for being a part of it. You are in the Music Activities Instrumental Music webinar. Thank you for registering. We're just waiting a few more seconds. Welcome. All right, Beth, you can get started.
Welcome everybody. My name is Beth Sokolowski. I am the Director of Music Activities at Villanova University. I'm also the Director of Bands. And tonight our focus for this session is going to be on instrumental music at Villanova, and specifically three groups: the Villanova Chamber Strings Ensemble, the Villanova Jazz Band, and the Villanova Band, which is the largest of the three bands or three instrumental ensembles. Just to give you a little bit of idea of what the three are. We have three great student presenters with us tonight, and they're going to give you some information about their groups. And at the end, we'll open it up for Q&A. Dina, can they put questions in the chat or in the Q&A? Where would you like them?
Yep, you can use the Q&A feature, and we'll get to them at the end.
Perfect. So we're going to start with Joseph Kruger, who is our student leader for the Villanova Chamber Strings. Take it away, Joseph.
Hello, I'm Joseph Kruger. I'm a senior mechanical engineer, and I'm the president of Villanova Chamber Strings. We're kind of a smaller group. Not too many people know about us, but we definitely span a wide variety of people with different backgrounds, and we play a variety of music from classical to contemporary. And in the past year, we've played both concerts and on-campus events as background music. We're more of a relaxed group, as in we don't have too much of a rigid structure like you may hear about with the band or jazz band, but we still get together, and we still get together as a large group to play music. For those of you who are returning, there have been a few changes from last year. We have a new director of the group, Miss Pulaski. She has plenty of experience leading instrumental groups and is excited to begin working with us this year. In addition, we're also going to start breaking up into smaller groups in addition to our normal meeting. This being chamber strings, we are going to try and facilitate smaller duo, trio, quartet groups that can work on more advanced repertoire for people who maybe come from a more advanced background in music and want to continue that into their college experience. Ms. Pulaski has kind of spearheaded that, and even though these groups will kind of be student driven, she will be available for coaching. Additionally, the next Wednesday, September 9th at 7 p.m., there will be an information session in person in the band room located in St. Mary's Hall on West Campus. And if you're a freshman that doesn't know how to get to West Campus or doesn't know where St. Mary's is, just go underneath Mendel, underneath the train tracks onto West, and then as you cross the street to the security booth, on the right you should see a large building, and that's St. Mary's. Just go in there and somebody will be there to direct you into the right place. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me or reach out to me about anything at my email, which I will post in the chat once I'm done. But other than that, this has been Villanova Chamber Strings, and I'll pass it on to the next group.
Thanks so much, Joseph. And if you have questions about chamber strings, if you would put those in the Q&A, and we can answer those when we're done. So next we are going to move on and we'll talk about the Villanova Jazz Band. And Evan Colstott, our student leader, president for the Jazz Band, is going to share some information with you.
Great, thanks Beth, and thanks Joseph. My name's Evan Colstott. I am the president of the Jazz Band. I'm a rising senior, or I guess I am a senior now. I've been saying that all summer. I'm a senior mechanical engineering major. So yeah, just to kind of give you like a vibe of, what the Jazz Band here is about. I think it really strikes the balance of being kind of a group that we come together and we all love music, and we come together for about 2 hours a week. This year it's going to be an hour and a half, and we make great music, and we really cherish that time together. We like to put in the hard work and have fun while we're doing it. We also understand that we're not music majors here, so we're all amateurs, right? And we're working together to make great music, and there's other things that are going on in our lives, and we work through that with everyone. So I think that that's it ends up being something that we come for these couple hours a week and we have a really good time, and it's kind of a getaway where we can go really enjoy making music. So yeah, the way the program works is, the past few years we've had 2 different ensembles. We have the big band and we have a smaller ensemble that focuses more on improvisation and those types of things, and you kind of you can work on that a little bit, focus on that aspect a little bit more. So we typically try to find a place for everyone that's interested in jazz to have a place in the program. We typically do tryouts just for placement between the 2 groups and placement on parts, but we really do try to make it available to all those who are interested. This semester, unfortunately, we won't be having the small ensemble, or the lab band as we've been calling it, just due to complications with COVID, and also with the big band. We're suspending having tryouts just for this semester. We're trying to just make it work for this semester. Jazz band is kind of a complicated thing to make work with all the protocols, so we have to make sure that we're spread out and all those things, and we're trying to keep the group to the bare minimum size that we need. So we've asked the returning members to come back, but we're really hoping to get back maybe in the spring. We don't know what's going to be happening there yet, but we'd love to have you guys, and if you're interested in learning more or just want to talk to me, feel free to reach out if you haven't already. And we'd love to hear from you moving forward. Hopefully we can have some tryouts in the spring. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Evan. And then our last presenter tonight is going to be Anthony Martucci, who is our Executive Vice President of the Villanova University Band.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Evan. And thank you, Joseph. I am the Executive Vice President, also known as the Vice President of Fun and Games for the Villanova Band. We're one of the largest student-run organizations on campus. We have around 100 members. Almost, I think more than 30 freshmen have already signed up this year to join band. A little bit about myself. I'm a junior chemical engineering major. And I'm from Parsippany, New Jersey, originally about 2 hours away. But anyway, the band, the one thing I love about band is it's like all encompassing. We're all a very close-knit group of students that really get to know each other well throughout the year. We meet twice a week, usually, but this year we're all still meeting twice a week. We're meeting outside for our rehearsals. This upcoming Labor Day weekend, we're having some of it a mini band camp. Usually we'd have a band camp before school started. Everyone gets to move in early, meet each other, do icebreakers, get to know each other, and have a good time. This year, obviously, that couldn't happen, so we're having somewhat of a band camp this Labor Day weekend. We're inviting all freshmen or new members come and join us this Friday at 6 p.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Thank you. For an information session, go over, get personal protective equipment to be able to rehearse and answer any and all questions about band in general and what sort of we do it throughout the year. To give you an idea what we do on a normal school year, have about more than 70 performances every year. We play for football games. We're the pep band for basketball games, free basketball tickets, pretty great. We have about 3 concerts, winter, spring concert, and we have a music showcase for parents. And really, we're not just like the marching band, we're the pep band, we're all the bands combined. And one of the best things about band is that you make it as much of a commitment as you want it to be. It's you sign up for whatever performances you would want to be a part of, whether it's basketball, football games. And yeah, we'll take attendance for some of our more prominent events, such as fall tour. We do a service trip during a fall break on a normal school year, where we go to, last year went to North Carolina, we went to Montreal my freshman year to do service, player, and have a great time, which is one of the most fun experiences you'll ever have. So come on out Friday, join us outside of St. Mary's. Joseph described before where St. Mary's is. The Big Ten outside St. Mary's. We have it reserved. You'll get to meet the other 4 board members along with me in person. Obviously social distance, wearing masks. But we'll give you a lot more information there. So if you have any further questions, I'll put my email in the chat for everyone. And really glad you all could come out and make it tonight to listen to us presenters.
And also, one note for our student presenters tonight, we will be providing you with the email addresses of all of the students who joined us tonight. So you'll also be able to reach out in the next couple of days to touch base that way as well. Okay, so let's move on to questions. What day was the first in-person meeting for strings again? Great question. So Wednesday, September 9th at 7 p.m. is going to be our strings kind of welcome meeting and informational meeting. And that will be held in St. Mary's Hall in the lower level in the band room. And I think that's all I have to say about that. Can I join the band and do concert band exclusively? Anthony, do you want to take that question?
During rehearsals, this year especially, we are mainly focusing on our pep band tunes solely for the purpose that we all are getting our own flip books. And so we're not sharing and touching each other's music. So at least for the time being, we're going to be focusing on pep band music, and not much concert band music is going to happen. But you're definitely on a regular school year, there are plenty of people who come to all the rehearsals and rehearse all the music with us. We'll usually do half and half with pep band music, concert band music, and then focus more on concert band music when concerts come close. But you're more than welcome to only sign up for the concerts, not go to any of the football or pep band or basketball games. So you're, like I said before, it's as much as a commitment as you want it to be. You could go to whatever events you want, go to as many rehearsals as you want. There's no tryouts or anything. We take people of all skill levels, all backgrounds of music. So more than welcome to come try it out and see what band is like, just for even one rehearsal, if that's all you want to come to.
Right, and I think that's a great idea, Anthony. If you want to, if you're really more interested in the concert band piece, but you know that because of the fact that we have to rehearse solely outside this fall, that our focus is going to be a little bit different. But I think, similar to what Evan said about the jazz band, for all of our groups, our focus is to get together, to make great music, but to have fun doing so. It's in a high stress environment. Everyone's there because they want to be there. They don't have to be there. There's no tests or quizzes or assessments. We all just get together because we love to make music. So So I hope that that answers that question. It is a bit of a different semester for all of our groups, and we're trying to do what's most healthy and most safe for all of our groups. Will there be strings rehearsals or camps this Labor Day weekend? We are going to kick off with our new director next Wednesday night. So there's no strings rehearsals over this weekend, but our kickoff will be on Wednesday, September 9th at 7 o'clock. Is it possible to take private violin lessons through Villanova? Great question. And this is a question that you should bring to our meeting next Wednesday when we get together with Annie. Annie is a very accomplished violin player, so there could be possibilities to take lessons with her. She also lives very close to campus. And I know that she also does private lessons through her home as well, which I think you can literally walk to her house. But if you could save that question and ask Annie directly, that would be a great question for her. The next one, will there be, where will chamber strings rehearse? So chamber strings is going to rehearse in St. Mary's Hall in the lower level in the band room. And Joseph, I'm just going to talk about this one a little bit because of the fact that, you know, we've worked this summer to set up all the physical distancing guidelines. The band room is our second largest space that Music Activities is responsible for in St. Mary's Hall. And we have created 6 feet by 6 feet physical distancing blocks. Really, that's what all of the research has told us in terms of what's best for rehearsals. So that will be in the band room, in the lower level of St. Mary's. Everyone will be physically distanced. Everyone will have their own music, their own chair, their own stand. So we're making it as safe as possible. Do we have to register for next Wednesday night? Joseph, I don't think we have to register. I think
I don't think so.
anyone who wants to come is welcome. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I also got an email from a student that came in late that also had a question about when the recording will be available, because they missed the chamber string part and they wanted to rewatch me doing as good of a job as possible explaining it. But
let's ask Dina that question. Dina, do you know when the recordings of the sessions will be up if someone missed the part they were interested in?
As soon as I edit them and we put them up. So in the next like day or two.
Okay. Is that helpful?
Yeah, and they're going to be on villanova.edu/IF. Say that again. Sorry, Beth.
I'm sorry, I was just asking Joseph, is that the information that you need?
Oh.
yeah, I just got an email from somebody that came in late.
Cool.
Okay. The next question is, will there be any performances for chamber strings this year? I'm going to take that question because of the fact that like Music Activities as a whole has been working on the larger answer to this. We do not have any plans for performances this fall. Because of the health and safety guidelines, we are able to rehearse, but because of really the Pennsylvania guidelines for number of attendees at any given event or performance, that does not permit for us for this fall to have in-person performances. However, we all can't wait to perform, and especially in the beautiful new Mullen Center, which is our state-of-the-art performing arts facility that has just an unbelievable performance hall for our instrumental groups. So our goal is to be able to commence again with our performances in the spring, but we need to wait and kind of see where we are with COVID, what our health and safety plan dictates in terms of guidelines and safety, and also to follow the Pennsylvania Department of Health guidelines.
Mm-hmm. I'd also like to add that even though we may not be having performances this semester, last year we played in concerts with the band and jazz band and vocal groups, as well as privately played smaller performances, just background music for events that Villanova was hosting. A lot of these more upscale, like donor events, also look for instrumental music, and chamber strings is becoming big enough that it can start sending groups to these kind of performances. I know I did at least one last year. So those are the kind of things you can look forward to doing once we're able to perform.
Thank you. All awesome information. And the last one, are there private practice rooms or spaces available on campus? If so, do they have to be reserved? So in St. Mary's Hall on West Campus, we actually have a space that has 7 practice rooms. And we also have a number of classrooms on the lower level. So the practice rooms and the classrooms, all on the lower level of St. Mary's, can be used for practice at any time. They're first come, first serve. They don't have to be reserved. If you come to St. Mary's to the lower level and you come to my office, which is room 28, and it's right down the hall from the laundry room, always a great directional place to tell you about. I will give you the code for the practice room door so that you can get in and practice as you wish. And then got an email that Jazz Band isn't accepting new members. That is true for the fall because of the fact that we have to follow strict physical distancing guidelines for how Jazz Band rehearses. Evan, do you want to say any more about this, or what kind of what our plan is for the spring?
I mean, yeah. So it's just kind of unfortunate. Like, we're not going to be able to kind of open it up to new members this semester like we would really like to. But yeah, in the spring, you know, we don't have any concrete plans yet, but hopefully we'd be able to hold some auditions and really just kind of accept some new members and see where we can place them. See if we can open up the second ensemble, the lab band, and you know, kind of go from there. Yeah, I mean, if you want to stay in touch, feel free to email me if you're interested, and you know, I'd love to hear from you.
And I would say in a normal semester, really for the wind parts, we would double parts, so we would have twice as big of an ensemble. And similarly for the rhythm section. And then the Thursday night group that would usually meet, that Evan's referring to as the lab band, would have both rhythm section and wind players interested in that as well. But due to the circumstances, we're just very restricted, especially with wind instruments, what we're able to do this fall. And for the jazz band, that also really kind of limits for us the opportunities for both nights. And that's why it's been best for us to move to one night, to focus this semester on our returning members, so we limit our numbers to make it as safe as possible. And then hopefully in the spring, we'll be able to get back to a bit of a normal practice. Anything else you want to say, Evan?
I think you pretty much covered it. I guess I'd just add in general, I kind of forgot to say, we normally do concerts. We normally have 2 big concerts. One is in the Bel Air Terrace. That's in the Connolly Center, if you're not familiar yet. But and that we normally do a Christmas concert in there. You know, we'll dress up, wear fun Christmas hats and sweaters and stuff, and we'll play, you know, a bunch of vocal tunes. And really, it's just a fun time. There's a lot of people in there, and you know, so that's kind of the atmosphere of that. And then we have kind of a more formal concert in the Connolly Cinema, and that's where, you know, maybe more like parents like to come to that, although they can come to the other concert too. But it's kind of a more, you know, formal setting where we're up on stage and stuff. So
right, and the exciting thing that's to come, that again we were hoping was going to happen in the spring but didn't, and now we're hoping for maybe spring of 2021, is the opportunity for the jazz band to have those more formal concerts in the beautiful new Performing Arts Center. Because there are actually 3 different concert halls, all a little bit unique and different from each other within the Performing Arts Center, and it's just going to be a phenomenal opportunity for all of our ensembles in terms of their performances. Here's another question: what are the rehearsal hours or days for chamber strings? So Joseph, I'm going to take this one because I have talked to Annie a little bit about it, if that's okay. First, all of our ensembles this semester will rehearse for a maximum of an hour and a half at any one given sitting. The rehearsals can't be any longer than that due to the health and safety guidelines. The second piece is next Wednesday, and even after that, if there are those who can attend. I know that Annie is very interested in looking at either Monday night from 7 to 8:30 or Wednesday night from 7 to 8:30, and she kind of wants to poll the group to see which of those 2 nights would be better. She teaches privately on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so she's not able to be at Villanova on campus on Tuesday or Thursday. So we're looking at Monday or Wednesday from 7 to 8:30, and we'll largely go with what most of the members are able to attend. So that's a little bit of a shift from last year. I think, didn't you rehearse on Mondays at 7:30? Is that correct, Joseph?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna shift the time back by a half hour, and we'll do, again, an hour and a half rehearsal. When will the final rehearsal times be released? Great question. That will be released as soon as we get the green light to move ahead. We are planning and preparing as if we are going to be able to start practicing and rehearsing this Labor Day weekend. Throughout this week, I'm meeting with several campus partners as we make our final decisions, which is largely based on how campus is doing with COVID-19 and what our numbers look like. Everyone's well aware of the health and safety plan that we've put in place to keep all of our students safe. We're going to be making some tweaks to that as the week goes on as well. As I said, as I go through a series of meetings. So the hope is that by Thursday or Friday, we will have those rehearsal times released. There are a couple of groups that have rehearsals planned for Friday, so obviously we will try to get to those ahead of Friday. But again, with the circumstances we're in, I'm working closely with our campus partners to make the best decisions for our students, and I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to roll out our rehearsals this weekend. Any other questions? Joseph or Anthony or Evan, do you have any parting words for our students who are at our student involvement fair?
Go Cats.
Just to kind of highlight some things Evan said, sorry, Evan, to some things Evan said before, like there are no music majors here. There is a music minor now, but no music majors. We're all doing this because we love it, to have fun, have a good time, to make music together. And we really all bond over that. All my closest friends I've made are through band here at Villanova. Living with them right now. They're in the next room. I mean, it's really just the best decision I made when coming here, is to be a part of it and be active in it. And there's so many student leadership opportunities to be a part of in all of the organizations. So I know this year isn't everything it could be, but we're making the most of it. Thank you to Beth and George, our other band director, and all the directors at Music Activities for making all this possible and putting all their effort into getting us to be able to have rehearsals. So many of the student organizations on campus can't even meet in person. So we're really lucky to be able to have this opportunity and actually continue what we love to do. So please consider joining any of the music activities groups you've heard tonight. We're more than happy to have you.
And for freshmen,
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Joseph.
and for freshmen, I'm thinking back to my first year on campus, and you may, especially with these distancing guidelines and all this stuff, you may not get to know as many people as you think, or you may find that you're looking to do more. And I would really suggest joining some. It doesn't have to be chamber strings, although that's a very good choice. Just finding something you're interested in, and getting in it early, getting dug in with all the other freshmen, and trust me, you will meet a ton of people that in your grade or higher than you that really care about you and will make your experience at Villanova so much more worth it. So just put yourself out there and give it a try.
That's such great advice. I think we will end there because Joseph, I don't think any of us could have said it any better. Guys, did you put your email addresses in the chat?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep, all set.
Okay, and then again, we have captured all your names and email addresses from the chat tonight. So we are from the registration tonight. So we will also be reaching out to follow up with you as well. Dina, do you have any other info to share?
Nope, just if student involvement is hosting the virtual involvement fair, and if you have any other questions that are generic, non-band related, you can email studentinvolvement@villanova.edu or stop by Doherty 102 across from Cafe Nova with your mask on. But thank you for joining, and have a great evening.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
For your time.